The signs of a great team are there. No matter how small the sample size is, the Warriors are elite on offense and defense, turning opponents over while taking care of the ball in an offensive system that breeds the best passing unit in the league. Finally, making layups and free throws. It's amazing what getting back to basics can do. Since the Warriors traded for Jimmy Butler, they rank 4th in offensive rating and 2nd in defensive rating. They've been rolling since the trade with and without Butler in the lineup, forming the kind of identity any contender would want. The Dubs swept a challenging back-to-back in Charlotte and Madison Square Garden, coming back from a 10-point hole against the Knicks by bearing down defensively. They're in sole possession of 6th place in the West at the time of this video. Their stated goal that looked ambitious at the time of trade.
At the end of the day, kind of the same point. You just try to limit, your turnovers, and usually good things are going to happen. Whether we make or miss shots, we don't really live and die by that. It's, just truly the fundamentals of the game. Play good defense, take care of the ball, and then we're getting better at getting organized offensively with certain sets.
The Warriors are becoming a two-way team, the type of team they look like during their 12-3 start before crashing through a pair of lottery-level months. To beat the Knicks, Golden State held New York scoreless for a 4-minute stretch in the fourth quarter and closed on a 20-9 run. Curry engineered the offense with 28 points and 9 assists, but Butler, 19 points, helped connect everything in the minutes he sat. That's starting to become part of the Warriors' formula. In Butler's words, the Warriors have been much better at getting shots on goal. In their last 12 games, the Warriors have lost the turnover margin twice. They committed just 11 turnovers against the Knicks.
Just liked how solid we were for the whole 48. Every possession mattered, and there was a purpose, and Jimmy has a lot to do with that. But I give all of our guys a lot of credit because they're finding a real identity, and it's fun to watch unfold.
Tuesday night was one of the Warriors' best wins of the season, and it was certainly the best they've leveraged Curry's gravity in months. It took composure, trust, offensive organization, and a recent film session to emphasize it all. Several times, players slipped screens, cut backdoor, and sliced through the lane as New York's defense swarmed to Curry, creating layups. There are now 2 Warriors seasons, before Butler and after Butler.
Our offense is helping our defense. And when you can connect a game like that, it gives you a chance to be a really good team. And, we're not turning the ball over like we were turning the ball over. We're getting to the free throw line better than we were getting to the free throw line, which allows us to set our defense. And our defense, when it's set, is pretty good all year.
But before the Butler trade, any game was a toss-up. When you're operating at a top 5 level on both ends of the court, that's no longer the case.
Makes me very excited. Yeah, that's what it's about. This is a league where you've got to be a two-way team to win at a high level. And, we've been, I think, pretty decent defensively this year for the most part, pretty much, 9th or 10th in the league. But didn't feel like we were great at that end. Feels now with the addition of Jimmy, it feels like we're elevating, to a much higher status defensively, and then offensively the game just makes a lot more sense. So yeah, it's fun, but we've got a long way to go.
In the 13 games he's played so far at the Mecca, Curry has averaged 26.2 points, 5.9 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 1.5 steals, shooting close to a phenomenal 49% from the three-point line. The two-time MVP's performances have often had even the Knicks fans rally behind him. Shaquille O'Neal has officially demanded that NBA fans put Curry in the GOAT conversation alongside Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. The Hall of Famer made his bold proclamation on TNT following Curry's 28-point performance in the Garden, emphasizing that the 4-time champion and 2-time MVP deserves his place among the all-time greats.
As the supreme leader of the Big Man Alliance, I demand you fans to start putting Steph Curry in that greatest of all time conversation. Just start putting them in the conversation.
So the conversation of
There's
Jordan,
Mike,
LeBron,
there's
Kobe.
LeBron, start putting stuff in that conversation. I demand it.
Why does the Big Man Alliance need to say something?
Because I am the supreme leader and my voice counts. And I'm saying, listen, I played against Mike, played with Kobe, played against and with LeBron. They're all great. But at some point, we're going to have to put Steph Curry in that category. I'm not saying he is, but let's just have the conversation. Like, I like all the internet talk and the barbershop talk, but I ain't never seen nothing like that before, and nobody has. And
pretty special.
And that's how many of them things he got. 1, 2, 3, 4 against LeBron. So I demand that people, you start putting my guy in that conversation. Period.
Curry's case is backed by an extraordinary resume, a 4-time NBA champion, 2-time regular season MVP, including the only unanimous MVP in history, and the 2022 Finals MVP. His accolades rival those of any other all-time great, with 11 All-Star appearances, 10 All-NBA selections, and the title of the greatest shooter of all time. Curry has defined an era of basketball. His deep three-point shooting, off-ball movement, and gravity have fundamentally changed the way the game is played, forcing defenses to extend beyond the arc and reshaping offensive strategies across the league. At age 36, Curry is still proving why he belongs among the game's elite. He is averaging 24.1 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 6.3 assists while shooting 44.7% from the field and 39.8% from three-point range. Shaq's demand carries weight, and it's time NBA fans acknowledge Curry's rightful place in the GOAT debate. Whether he ultimately ranks above Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe is a subjective discussion, but his impact, influence, and winning pedigree make it undeniable. Stephen Curry belongs in the conversation. On ESPN's First Take, Brian Windhorst wasn't quite ready to deem Curry the greatest of all time, though he did offer clear thoughts on where the superstar guard ranks all time.
He's top 10, and not only is he top 10, he's been there. 4 titles, 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP. Just in his resume, top 10.
While labeling any said player the greatest of all time is a difficult statement to make, Curry certainly etched his name into the sport of basketball and the NBA alike, leaving a legacy that will be hard for any player to top. Curry and LeBron went toe-to-toe in many high-stakes matchups throughout the 2010s. Their intense duels in the NBA Finals are engraved in history and cherished in the hearts of fans. Many figured those days were things of the past, but that doesn't seem to be the case any longer. The Lakers broke the NBA by acquiring Slovenian superstar Luka Doncic. Golden State followed suit by adding 5-time All-NBA member Jimmy Butler. Both teams are figuring out their identity and setting the stage for an exciting postseason. Windhorst joined ESPN's Get Up to discuss the success of both teams while highlighting the possibility of a potential series between the two.
Right now, they're on the same side of the bracket as the Lakers. That's a potential second-round matchup. Both of them feeling good about themselves.
Windhorst couldn't contain his passion while discussing the state of the NBA. He went on to direct his focal point toward fans, shutting down any notion that the NBA is boring.
And anybody who says that there's something wrong with the NBA or they don't like what's going on, you're not paying attention. Because what we've got right now is potentially a historic and incredibly interesting spring playoff.
LeBron and Curry are defying the odds concerning Father Time by maintaining their dominant play. Neither player has much longer in the league, meaning a potential postseason matchup could be their last duel. The Warriors have looked like a different team since acquiring Butler, and that is because they are. Butler has changed the way the Warriors play for the first time in the Curry era. The NBA's all-time three-point leader is a direct beneficiary of Butler's skill set. Draymond Green prematurely predicted Golden State would win the title at All-Star Weekend. At that point, Butler had only played 4 games with the team. However, with the rate the Warriors are trending, Butler's prediction may not be so far-fetched. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing NBA content.